The Ten Commandments, often regarded as one of the most significant moral codes in human history, were given to Moses by God on Mount Sinai, according to the Hebrew Bible. These commandments were inscribed on stone tablets and served as the foundation of divine law in Judaism and Christianity. To fully grasp the importance of the Ten Commandments, it is crucial to understand the historical and cultural context in which they were written. The Israelites, who had recently been freed from slavery in Egypt, were in the process of forming a new society. They needed a moral and legal framework to establish order and justice. The commandments provided guidance on how to worship God and how to live harmoniously with one another, shaping not only their society, but also influencing future legal and ethical systems. During the time of Moses, the world was vastly different from today. Societies were often ruled by kings or pharaohs with absolute power, and laws were typically based on the whims of rulers rather than on a standardized moral code. The introduction of the Ten Commandments brought a new level of ethical structure, emphasizing justice, fairness, and personal responsibility. These principles were revolutionary in that they were meant to be followed by all individuals, regardless of status or power. The story of the Ten Commandments also carries profound religious and spiritual significance. According to the biblical account, Moses spent 40 days and nights on Mount Sinai in deep communion with God before receiving the commandments. This moment symbolizes divine intervention in human affairs, reinforcing the idea that moral law is not just a human construct, but something sacred and eternal. The core commandments: love and respect. The Ten Commandments can be categorized into two primary sections: those that focus on one's relationship with God, and those that govern interpersonal relationships. 1. Duties to God. The first three commandments emphasize the importance of acknowledging and honoring God. They include: "You shall have no other gods before me." This commandment establishes monotheism and the idea that devotion to one God is central to faith. "You shall not make for yourself an idol." This prohibits idolatry, ensuring that worship remains directed toward God alone. "You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God." This emphasizes reverence for God's name and discourages taking sacred matters lightly. These commandments reinforce the idea of devotion, loyalty, and respect toward the divine. They lay the foundation for spiritual discipline and faithfulness. 2. Duties to others. The next four commandments focus on human relationships. They prohibit murder, adultery, theft, and bearing false witness. These rules establish ethical guidelines that promote a just and peaceful society. Honor your father and your mother. Respect for family is essential for societal stability. "You shall not murder." This commandment underscores the sanctity of human life and the importance of resolving conflicts peacefully. "You shall not commit adultery." Faithfulness in relationships is crucial for trust and stability in society. "You shall not steal." Protecting personal property rights ensures fairness and trust among people. "You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor." Truthfulness is the foundation of justice and fairness. 3. Respect for family and the Sabbath. The final three commandments highlight the importance of honoring one's parents, observing the Sabbath as a day of rest and worship, and maintaining contentment rather than coveting what others have. These commandments encourage gratitude, humility, and personal integrity. The Ten Commandments in modern society. While the Ten Commandments were written thousands of years ago, their core principles remain relevant in today's world. Modern society still values honesty, respect, and compassion, values that align with the commandments. For example, respect for life. The commandment against murder underscores the importance of valuing human life, which remains a key principle in legal and moral discussions today. Honesty in communication. Bearing false witness is akin to spreading misinformation, which is a growing concern in the digital age. Contentment versus materialism. In a world driven by consumerism and social comparison, the commandment against coveting serves as a reminder to appreciate what we have instead of constantly desiring more. The Ten Commandments have also influenced modern legal systems. Many laws regarding perjury, theft, and murder are rooted in these biblical principles. Even in secular societies, the commandments' ethical teachings continue to shape discussions about morality and justice. Misconceptions and common interpretations. Many misconceptions surround the Ten Commandments, particularly regarding their relevance in secular societies. Some believe they are outdated religious rules that no longer apply, while others argue that their moral teachings are universal and transcend religious boundaries. Different religious and philosophical traditions have varied interpretations of the commandments. Traditional views often emphasize strict adherence, while modern perspectives may focus more on the underlying ethical principles rather than literal observance. For instance, the commandment to keep the Sabbath holy is interpreted differently across cultures. Some see it as a literal day of rest, while others view it as a broader principle of work-life balance and spiritual renewal. Another misconception is that the commandments only apply to religious individuals. In reality, the ethical lessons they teach, such as honesty, integrity, and respect, are valuable for people of all backgrounds. Encouraging a critical examination of these commandments allows individuals to see their practical applications rather than viewing them as rigid laws. The Ten Commandments offer a valuable ethical framework that can guide our behavior and decision-making. They encourage self-reflection and a commitment to living with integrity, compassion, and respect. As viewers consider these commandments, they should reflect on how they can incorporate these principles into their own lives. How can we practice honesty in our interactions with others? In what ways can we show respect and love to our families and communities? How can we cultivate gratitude and contentment rather than constantly seeking more? By embracing the wisdom of the Ten Commandments, we can work toward creating a more ethical, just, and compassionate world. Let this be an invitation to explore, reflect, and act in accordance with these timeless teachings. Ultimately, the power of the Ten Commandments lies in their ability to inspire moral and ethical behavior. They challenge us to be better individuals, to treat others with kindness and fairness, and to build a society based on justice and mutual respect. Whether viewed through a religious or philosophical lens, the Ten Commandments remain a guiding force that can help navigate the complexities of the modern world.
If you found this video enjoyable, please consider liking and sharing it. Additionally, subscribing to this channel will ensure that you receive more updates in the future. Thank you.